Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to day 5 of my 31 must-hear bands of the 21st century. That's right. My favorite 31 bands that have come out and released albums since the year 2000. Again, I'm mainly talking about new bands here. For some of those bands that formed post-2000, they were kind of super groups or comprised of guys who, or ladies who've done much more prior to that. The veteran musicians who form new groups. I'm not talking about those. I will, at the end of the month, I will cover a bunch of those. These are going to be mainly new groups that full of musicians we never ever heard of before who formed and started releasing albums and touring post the year 2000. So today, a very cool band. You've heard me talk about them quite a bit on the show throughout the years. They formed in 2009 from Long Beach, California. Probably the most well-known, maybe one of the top 3 most well-known of all the bands that I'm going to be talking about this month. Of course, I'm talking about Rival Sons, killer kind of modern blues rock bands, I guess you can call them that, right? Classic hard rock, 70s retro hard rock. Here's my favorite Feral Roots album. This is probably my favorite album by them. Feral Roots is the most recent album they released. We'll go and talk about all the albums in a second, but the band is currently comprised of Jay Buchanan on lead vocals, plays a little bit of guitar as well. Scott Holliday, master of riffs, great tone on guitar and backing vocals. Mike Miley on drums, backing vocals, and Dave Bestie on bass and backing vocals. So, let's take a look at their discography here. We've got Before the Fire, which came out in 2009. Really good start to their career. Very kind of Bad Company, the Faces, Stones type of thing. Maybe a little bit of Free. Then you got the first album I heard by them, which was Pressure in Time from 2011. Great album, short album, but again, very much in that kind of like Paul Rodgers, Bad Company type of thing. And then they started to, things started to get a little bit more interesting. They started to make longer albums, longer songs, a little bit more experimentation. You got Head Down from 2012. The Great Western Valkyrie in 2014, Hollow Bones in 2016. Got this thing about with dogs on there, or wolves or whatever, on their covers for the last 2. And then 2019's Feral Roots. Okay, which really interesting artwork. And then all sorts of cool little pictures on the inside. There's like a little mini LP sleeve type of thing. They also have the Rival Sons EP from 2010 as well. Just a really, really good band. Great songs. Again, they've got that vocalist who's got that it quality. And the music is this bluesy, hard rock, utilizing some fuzz, and they use some modern recording techniques, so they don't really sound like an old band, although they definitely, you can tell they're paying homage to a lot of the great bands of the 70s. But their style, to me, when I listen to Rival Sons, I definitely know that they're a band that has come out in more recent years. I mean, from the production, a lot of the ways that they produce their albums and the way they arrange their songs is very modern sounding, but yet they dip into the past quite a bit. And I love some of their epic sounding tracks. In certain ways, they hit on some ideas and elements that draws me to them, like kind of like a similar vibe I get from the Tea Party. Not that they sound like the Tea Party at all, but they're dipping into those great bands from the past, whether it be Zeppelin or, like I said, Bad Company, Free, the Stones, the Faces, that sort of thing, but they make it all their own. Jay's a great singer. I've seen them live. They're tremendous. I've heard some people say that they find Rival Sons kind of boring. And I guess I respect that, because, we all hear things differently. I personally find them to be a very exciting band. And I love their ability to create memorable songs, catchy choruses. You get lots of really good, guitar work. I mean, Jay is a guitar hero and a really, really good player. Great rhythm section. And they have swagger and attitude and machismo, which I kind of like. I think you need for this style of music, right? So, so Rival Sons. I mean, I couldn't do this month without them, because I think they're one of these bands. I'm going to talk about a lot of bands that are never going to be like chart-topping success, because that's not the musical climate we live in right now. You know, if we were to go back 30, 40, 50 years, maybe a different story. But, you know, we all know what's popular today. These bands are the cream of the crop, for me anyway, of the stuff that's never going to be popular in today's musical climate, just because the majority of the casual music buying public would never give any of this stuff the time of day. But if you like this sort of thing, if you like all forms of metal and hard rock and classic rock and prog and fusion, these are the bands to check out. These are the bands to check out. So Rival Sons is it today. My favorite is Feral Roots. If you want something a little bit more kind of compact, then I would definitely check out Pressure in Time, which was, I think, the first album that really kind of got them noticed after the debut. But they're all really good. I mean, these albums are just absolutely terrific as well. So you really cannot go wrong with Rival Sons. So check them out if you haven't already. I'd really be surprised if we have any folks watching who have never listened to them, but you never know. So if you haven't listened to Rival Sons, go listen to any one of these albums. I think you'll find hopefully a band you'll really dig quite a bit. And please make sure you click the like button before you leave here today. Also, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and then click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as it posts. We also have down below there a link to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, as well as the link to our merch page for all sorts of cool Sea of Tranquility shirts, hats, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs, all that good stuff, all the different shows we have, all the different designs and logos. So there you have it, everybody. Visit us on the web also at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, all together, all the damn time. Stay tuned for day number 6. Another recommendation, one of my favorite bands of the 21st century, coming up tomorrow. Till then, I am Pete Pardo. Have a good one, everybody. Stay cool. Bye-bye.